Hello and welcome back to the MCYT Metazine. I'm Rez, and with me today I've got Lee, whose piece accompanies Frostbyte Freeman's essay on Whitepine's metatext as seen through Langer's lens of film theory. When you saw the list of prompts the analysts had proposed, what drew you to this piece in particular?
The whole ivory filming another ivory idea was very intriguing to me. Like, the idea of one person documenting themselves as if they're another entity was so interesting, so I had to interpret that part.
What would you most like people to take away from your piece?
Basically, like before, the whole idea that Ivory is documenting herself to express ideas that seems to be what can't be said normally.
What are you proudest of in this piece?
I think the composition was great, since I don't do a lot of environmental type artwork, so I'm very proud of that.
Is there anything else from the creative process you'd like to share? Are there any details you'd like to point out?
I used a stock photo of a camera screen because I got lazy for that part.
What's your favorite aspect of your art style? What do you think is your strong suit? Is there anything new you tried in this piece that you weren't sure would work the way you wanted?
I'm a very lighting-oriented person. I like dramatic lighting more than anything. If I could think of one thing that gave me doubt, it was the background.
Is there anything from this piece you'll be taking with you into the future?
More symbolism.
Lighting is definitely one of the most recognizable aspects of your style, and it's something you do very well. Figures seem to glow within the piece with all the highlights. Is that style of lighting inspired by anything specific? Why did you choose to use that style of rendering?
It's not really inspired by anything specific, it's just my way to add emphasis on certain parts of the artwork.
Your pieces tend to be very colorful. Is that something that developed from a specific piece of inspiration, or something you chose to develop on its own?
I'm not really sure. I mostly draw on instinct and what feels good, coloring included.
You always use the best textures in your pieces. I noticed a grainy film texture on one of your pieces on your blog that really caught my eye, and on this piece too, as well as the halftones and chromatic aberration. How do you choose the right textures for the job without the piece feeling too busy?
I actually got it from the artist Yoneyama May. She's a favorite of mine, and she uses those textures in her art, so I also started doing it. It's also a good watermark shield.
It's very interesting to me. It's very interesting to me that in the viewfinder of the nearest camera, the furthest iteration of Ivory is blurry, almost like she's just a patch of light. What do you mean by that?
It's less a symbolism thing and more like a perspective angle. Like how when you focus on further stuff, the eyes blur out what's nearer, you know?
You have, of course, gone for a monochromatic scheme here, playing with Ivory's pink and white skin, or costume, if we're looking at this with the lens of film. And working with limited color palette can be quite challenging. Were there any pieces of the work where you really wished you could draw with other colors?
Not really. The work was meant to encapsulate Ivory and Ivory only.
I love the conversation this piece invokes, having Ivory the character, as Frost calls her, staring past the camera of Ivory the actress, staring into the eyes of Ivory the filmmaker. Or, in the way you've drawn it, straight into the eyes of the audience, as through an offset window. How did you come up with the composition of this piece?
I actually went through many compositions before settling on that one specifically. But that one stuck out to me as it shows Ivory the character is the one sending the message, so she's the one looking into the audience while the other Ivories record it for people to see.
Well, thank you for joining me. You can check out Lee's piece and all the other pieces for the MCYT Metazine when it releases. See you then.